The Aoshima Bonka Kaiozai, or Aoshima Cultural and Educational Materials Company, commonly just called Aoshima, is a Japanese company that has made model airplanes since 1932 and plastic models since 1961. It began in 1924 when Jiro Aoshima founded the Aoshima Airplane Research Institute in Japan. In 1932, the Japanese government declared model airplanes as educational material in schools, and the Shizuoka Model Airplane Association was established with Jiro Aoshima as its chairman. Following World War II, Aoshima focused on building wooden model aircraft. In 1961, Aoshima family member Ichiro Aoshima became the CEO. It was that year that Aoshima released its first plastic model kit, the Bluebird Speedboat. That same year, after the success of this kit, Aoshima started to develop plastic models in earnest. In the 1960s, Aoshima released 1/60th and 1/72nd scale model airplanes and 1/24 and 1/25 scale model cars, in addition to some science fiction mecha models of their own design. These early sci-fi kits seem somewhat more grounded in the technology of the day than some of the more fantastical kits of other companies. With the popularity of the space race, Aoshima released an Apollo series of spacecraft models in 1969. This included a 1/48 scale Apollo lunar module that they called Eagle 5, possibly because the lunar module that actually made the Apollo 11 landing was lunar module number 5, simply called the Eagle. It was the 5th one off the production line. And a 1/96 scale Apollo Saturn spacecraft. These models were a big success, and in 1971, Aoshima started to release its 1/700 scale Waterline series of warship models, which ran into immediate competition from the 3 other Shizuoka-based model manufacturers, Tamiya, Hasegawa, and Fujimi. Yes, 4 of the world's major kit model manufacturers are in the same city in Japan. In fact, they're on the official city website under tourism for the city of Shizuoka. Now, I don't want to get chastised in the comments section for leaving this out, so I'm briefly going to mention that Aoshima started many toy and model-esque toy lines. Beginning in the 1970s, Aoshima developed the Gatae Robo series, and in the 1980s, anime-scale robot models like Ideon. These were to compete with products such as Gundam models from Bandai. In 1986, Aoshima launched a new toy brand, Skynet, and in the 1990s, they launched Miracle House die-cast figures brand. In fact, they continue to create new non-kit model brands to this day. But this is a kit model channel, so back to the plastic kits. In 2002, with the bankruptcy of Japanese model manufacturer Imei Kagaku, Aoshima acquired the molds of sailing ships and sci-fi vehicles to include the Thunderbirds line. In 2008, Aoshima started to release the Atasha model kits, and they have proven quite popular. In 2010, they started the Hayabusa spacecraft plastic model kit series, and it's also been very successful. That brings us up to today. Aoshima is still making kits. Most of their armor kits seem to be modern-day Japanese self-defense force, and most of their aircraft seem to be World War II Japanese aircraft. Whatever the case, the company seems to be well run, as it's still in business when many others have fallen by the wayside. I can't help but think that being a traditionally family-run company has something to do with that. As I mentioned with Tamiya, when you put your name on the brand, you tend to want to do the best job possible. Aoshima has established a reputation of making kits that are very detailed, although I've noticed in many comment threads that many kit makers feel they don't go together quite as easily as Tamiya kits, but can compete with them on quality of the finished product. I'm not sure I've ever built one, so now I'm going to have to go get one and see for myself. Well, this is Max. Thanks for listening.
スのそうよデイトリッパー恋を縛る規則なんかありはしない相手により泣き虫になるし相手により強がりも言うのよそうよ